Hey there, everyone. Thor here with part 2 of the double feature that I put myself through of FNAF like movies for FNAF coming out. Figured if I'm going to review them, this is a good time to do it. So this is Banana Splits based on a Hanna Barbara show from the 60s that had people in costume, I believe, but they randomly made them animatronics. So Willy's Wonderland or Banana Splits, which is better? Let's get into it. So the premise of the Banana Splits is it's his kid's birthday. He's got an older half brother, and his family dynamics a little weird. He doesn't have many friends, but he loves the show. He gets tickets for his birthday to go to the show. He's super excited about it. He's obsessed with them. The problem being is the network's going through changes. The Banana Splits are about to be canceled, and the Banana Splits are not happy about that, and they're taking matters in their own hands. The animatronics get an upgrade, and they go crazy and start killing people, torturing people. Now, the effects aren't the greatest, but they are pretty. Try to do some practice. Kills are usually fun. They're interesting. They're different. Most of the characters in this movie are pretty terrible, so you actually don't care that the animatronics are taking them out. There are a lot of parallels with Five Nights at Freddy's, and there's a strong rumor that this was thrown away Five Nights at Freddy's script, and I'll get into that at the end. So I don't remember any of the Banana Splits names except for maybe the elephant, since a kid that was his favorite. So I'm just gonna refer to them as whatever animal they are. It focuses on. I always thought the monkey one was the main one, but this focuses on the dog. It seems. I think he's kind of the one that starts it all, and I think the other one's like a lion or something. He does a lot of the killing too. The cast of humans that stay after the show and kind of get tortured by the Banana Splits are the lucky ones to have stars on their tickets, and they get to stay behind. So you have the family. The husband's cheating on the wife, so he kind of disappears for most of the movie. They make it look like he's going to make it out, and then kind of throw a twist at the end. There's a couple that's trying to live stream because, of course they are. It's 2019, I think this movie came out, so everyone live streams. So they have that couple. They have this weird dad that's really trying to get his daughter noticed and trying way too hard. There's a number of people that work on the show, but they're mostly just there to get killed or, tortured or whatever. So, like I said, the live streaming guy gets sawed in half. That's a pretty fun scene. And then the father that has the daughter, he's trying to get in the showbiz. He takes a blowtorch to the face, and then he's got to go through this like slippery thing, and they fall, break bones, and he gets his spine ripped out with a key. So that's kind of an interesting one. Didn't see that one coming. So the animatronics seem pretty powerful. The mom becomes a survivor. She finds out that the husband's cheating, and she seems just like a nice mom. And then she has a Ripley moment and beats up some of the animatronics. But the girl who her fiance got sawed in half, she kind of loses her mind and becomes one of the animatronics and kills the guy that did the upgrade. So they obviously were not fans of being canceled. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's, kind of stupid, kind of funny. The reviews, a lot of people, it's very close to Willy's Wonderland. They're both very different movies, but similar concepts. And there's things to appreciate for both of them. They're both like kind of bad, they're good movies. But I kind of want to go into why a lot of people think this is FNAF. A few of the rumors point out that the family structure is kind of similar to the Aftons, with an older brother and try to take care of a little brother. Also, the extra broken suits, kind of like Golden Freddy, and then the girl that goes into it, she's kind of like, I think the one that goes in the Baby or Cassidy, I forget which. I've never personally played any of the FNAF games, so I'm familiar with the lore from between, Markiplier, Game Theory, just watching a bunch of people play through it. I think the lore is interesting. I just, after watching other people play the game, I just don't see any reason to play through it myself. So this movie was released by Warner Brothers, and originally they had the deal for the movie, and Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, didn't like the scripts, and a lot of the things he complained about seemed to be this movie. So they just figured they'd grab the banana splits because they're probably public domain or whatever, or they just have the rights to it. And it was just something they could plug in. I mean, why else would the banana splits all of a sudden be animatronics? Because they never were in the show. They were supposed to be, I think, animals, which makes sense if this was a rejected script. Of this, they could have just said, "Hey, we still have this. Let's push out whatever and do it." Obviously, low budget, but usually horror is, and it does pretty well. The new FNAF movie is going to be through Blumhouse, so that's going to also be low budget, but they usually use the budget pretty well in most Blumhouse movies. I'm excited to see Matthew Lillard in it, excited to see what they do with it as a movie. I'm glad the creators involved, but, early reviews aren't great, and that they moved up the streaming before the embargo lifts, so I'm not expecting much from the FNAF movie. We'll see, though. I'll have that up later, but it was good to revisit both of these FNAF-like movies. I'm sure there'll be a bunch more. I'm sure this is going to be a thing for a bit if this movie does well. At least they're kind of entertaining. At the end of Banana Splits, they imply that the crazy girl's going to put the banana splits back together, and a couple of their eyes. I think the dog's eye lights up at the end, so heavily implying, sequel bait. I'd watch it. This movie's one. Have fun with it. Watch it with some friends. Have some drinks. Same with Willy's Wonderland. There's plenty others that are like that. Slaughterhouse didn't hit that mark for me. I'm going to talk about Slaughterhouse probably soon. Beavers did it better, but overall, I'd say worth checking out once. Let me know below if you preferred Willy's Wonderland or the Banana Splits, and if you've seen the FNAF movie, let me know what you think of that too. I'll see you in the next one. Thor out.